Welcome to Justice Geeks United. This is our first fucking show. We would have an intro song, but we have nothing prepared, and we don't want to get sued for like copyright infringement. Geeks United is just a bunch of chubby to fat people, Carlos, who got together to try to do a podcast. I'm not sure if it's going to be any good. I hope it is. Please love me. It's just a place for geeks to hang out and talk about geeky shit. And before you try to turn this off, like, oh my god, it's for geeks, not another one. We're geeks, we're not nerds. Nerds are pocket-protecting freaking douchebags. Nerds are people who just feel very adamant about their field of interest. Whether it be movies, like they know what frames are being used in what scene. They know the directors, what previous works they've done. They're like diehard fans. I said they were like comic books. You know, your favorite superheroes. The people who wrote their stories for them, the artists who actually drew out certain scenes in it, you know, the company that pumps it out, etc., etc. Same thing with video games. You know, the game engine that they're using. You know, the release date of the game. You know, there's going to be a sequel before anybody else does. Same thing with, like, music. You know, the bands that you love. You know the names of the people in them. You know if they have, like, side projects. You know when the next album's going to be dropping. You know the next concert. You follow them religiously. You have posters everywhere. Geeks. I'm not a mathlete. I suck at math. You give me a division problem, I'm drooling like a retard. You give me a video game, and I'm happier than a fly on shit. Geeks. I'm Chris. I'm the token fat white man. My token fat black friend here is Nico. Nico, introduce yourself so people can know how sexy you are.
I'm Nico.
Fair enough. There you go. We have Larry in the studio, but we've told him to be quiet. Larry's our producer. Not really. Today's episode is going to be focused on MMOs, because I have a very large grudge, forgive me, on a specific MMO, Star Wars: The Old Republic. But before I go trashing that, I'd like to give a little bit of my credits. I've been playing video games since I was at least 4 years old, from the first Nintendo all the way up until Wii. I haven't gotten the Wii U yet because fat people are broke, because we're always hungry.
There's no games from.
Good point. There's no games coming out until at least
E3.
the E3, and also the end of the year during the holiday season, or just before. So until then, until Smash Brothers drops or the new Legend of Zelda game comes out, I will not be touching that. I'll be stuck with my 3DS, my Xbox 360. I'm not getting the PS3, but that's another story for another time. How about Nico?
Oh, I got a 360.
There you
That's
go. So I've played MMOs from EverQuest to World of Warcraft,
yes,
to,
please.
to Final Fantasy 11 to Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I've seen the evolution. Warcraft, yes, it's famous because it took a lot of elements from the previous games that came before it, such as EverQuest. And it's definitely in my top 5 of MMOs. Is it my favorite? It used to be, but not no more, because they kind of dumbed it down.
Alright, I'm leaving, so you can handle this.
They kind of dumbed it down for like people, new people coming in. I guess they wanted to make it more appealing to the new gamers coming into MMOs.
Yeah.
They took away some of the challenging parts of it.
Definitely, they been did that.
Case in point for fuck, that scared the shit out of me. Case in point for when back when me and Nico here started playing World of Warcraft, to get your mount, which is pretty much your horse if you're Alliance, or your fucking Grizzle Stritch if you're Horde, which is just pretty much a giant ostrich. You would have to be level 40.
There's a giant ostrich in the fucking game?
Yeah, for Blood Elves.
Alright, I'm gonna go grind. That shit, okay.
Yeah. They're
the flamingo shit.
Yeah, the little mounts.
The colorful game. Yeah.
Fuck. Fucking Charles Bronson scratching at the... He's scratching at the door!
The fuck is that?
Fuck, I overloaded the mic. We're gonna have to cut that part. Pause it, fuck it.
What the...
My bad, peoples. It was a family...
Mom.
I was gonna say family friend for me, but it's his mom, so... That's right. We're broadcasting out of a room in the Bronx, locked up because we're scared of black people. No.
Well, it's sort of accurate, but continue.
We were talking about the giant ostriches in World of Warcraft. It's actually a mount that you can ride in World of Warcraft if you play as a blood elf. It's creepy looking. Anyway, back in the day when we first started the game, you had to be level 40 just to get it and shell out a decent amount of money. Now you'd be level 20 and...
Well, in our case, we was a warlock and a paladin, so we had a hard freaking quest to even get them shits.
Well, that was the epic mount, but for us...
that's right, that's 60. And
yeah.
Wow, it's been so long. Dude,
yeah. Level 40 for warlocks and paladins, we actually got easy mounts because what we had to do was simply just get a spell and we can summon our mounts right there. But
lucky us.
Yeah, but for once level 60 hit to get our epic mounts, which no homo, but it rides faster, and it just
a little homo. Okay.
and it looked really cool. You had to do a quest, and we kind of two-manned it for mine,
which took you to about level 70.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had guild help, and they sucked, so they were barely on. But we finally got it done. But people
now,
like Larry
has to pretty much get it spoon-fed to them. Level 20, they get their mount, and if you have a character who already has a mount, you can use theirs. And at level 40, you get an epic mount, and again, if you have a character who unlocked it, you can use theirs. So they made it very, very easy to get certain things in the game. You now get guild perks, which makes you level up quicker. You get armor that can also help you level up quicker if you have a stronger character. So you don't have to grind like you used to.
It kind of took away from the game in a way.
Yeah.
Still fun as shit, but...
And now things are a little bit overpriced in certain auction houses, especially in our server. Dragon Mall, if you guys are looking for us. But before, it used to be a good game, and it still pretty much is a good game. They kept it interesting, if not simple. Player versus player, PvP, is also still pretty much fun. I changed my spec from being a tank. For those not in the know, that pretty much means I just stand there and take hits like a puto.
Yeah.
To a holy spec, so now I'm healing people who get hit like a puto.
Fuck you.
I was talking about Fangrave.
Okay.
His demon, since he's a warlock, he can summon one.
Yeah.
And it pretty much, the auction house, there's people who actually talk to you in game chat. You have guilds who actually are productive. You have raids. You have Dungeon Finder, which was beautiful. It was perfect. Instead of
especially for tanks.
Exactly. So instead of just spamming in one particular city, like tank looking for group, you just click.
Which I think they took that idea from a different game, didn't they? Because they didn't have it at first.
EverQuest, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well, those games were out when WoW didn't have
the Dungeon Finder. Yeah.
I think they started doing that when they found out about Star Wars coming out. And how,
I think so, yeah. The Dungeon Finder, for those not to know, allows you to find a group without having to spam the chat. And it's actually really easy. So while you're grinding for stuff to sell in the auction house or leveling up, you just click it, and boom, it starts looking for you instead of you having to look. And it sets you up with a group, randomly picked, and you can get whatever you need, whether it be weapons, gold, or you just want to knock the dungeon out, or you want to farm it, experience points, whatever. It was actually really well done. It was perfect for the game, because the game is in itself kind of random, because they have what they call world bosses that you can fight. They have respawn times. I know this sounds like a lot of gibberish, but as you can see, I'm a geek in the video game world.
We got lost on World of Warcraft for a second.
Yeah, for a good second. And other stuff like that actually made the game interesting. It was fun. It was challenging. And for me, that was a nice change of pace from the travesty of Final Fantasy XI. A lot of people liked it. I somewhat liked it.
I fucking hated that game.
He hated it because our old friend Justin used to play it ad nauseum, and it looked kind of boring if you weren't playing. But if you playing, you were juggling a few things, your abilities, making sure that you didn't de-level, making sure that you had enough buffs on you and stuff like that. Keeping people alive, keeping aggro.
Before seeing that game, the only RPG I played was Paper Mario and fucking Mario, the fucking shit that you like, The Legend of the Seven Stars, some shit like that.
Which, by the way, is the best RPG ever made. I still play that.
It's a Mario game. Go figure.
I'm not going to say what I use. I could be using a Super Nintendo or not. I still play it, though. Just saying. I can't
cop Xbox.
I can't cop to anything because it may or may not be illegal. Larry got me hooked on it. It wasn't me. No, but
so when I saw that game played over and over, I wanted to shoot him in the face. I tried playing it, didn't like it at all. It's too much grinding, not enough, dungeons. Oh.
For me, damn. For me, I played Final Fantasy simply so I can actually share a video game with a friend without having to be in the room. See, with MMOs, it's massive multiplayer online. You get to play with people all around the world. Final Fantasy was no different. Depending on what time you played on Final Fantasy, you could either be playing with people in Canada, North America, or, well, Canada's part of North America, but you know what? I meant the United States, goddammit. But, or you could be playing with people in Japan, which was a travesty because they had to use the in-game translator, and it just looked like a robot trying to translate with a fish. It looked really weird.
Glurp, glurp.
But the game in itself, if you knew how the game worked, was kind of fun. But it's what we call an epic grind fest. Alright, the max experience points you can get in that game from any monster, regardless of level, is 200 experience points.
Stupid.
Doesn't sound so bad in the early levels, like level 1 to maybe 15. But when you're level 30 or 40 and you need 400,000 to 1,000,000 experience points and you're only getting 200 per kill, it starts getting a little bit boring. But what made it boring for me was I picked a class that nobody wanted to play with.
Oh, the Dragoon, right?
Yeah, the Dragoon, for whatever reason, for those who don't know, Dragoon in the game is a person who uses spears, halberds, to deal damage. Also, we have a pet with us that's a dragon. Dragoons are pretty much dragon masters. So we were damage dealers from the offset. Nobody wanted us because if they wanted a damage dealer, they can get
better damage dealer.
Yeah, a warrior or a monk. So I was like, no. I couldn't get a party for the life of me. So from level 1...
And they didn't patch that shit out to fix it right away.
Exactly.
So you was fucked. Yeah.
From level 1 to level 37 with my Dragoon, I leveled up solo, getting 50, 60, 88 XP per kill. And these weren't easy mobs.
Until I brought you to a good game. You're welcome.
So after that, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's not worth it. It was too slow. They patched it recently. And by recently, I mean maybe about a year ago. Where you
that game still exists?
Yeah. Because Final Fantasy 14
sucked ass.
Sucked ass.
Dude, I think the product, they fucking advertisement alone sucked because I didn't even know it came out.
They rushed it out. Sorry to be jumping all over the place, but fucking it's still an MMO. Kiss my ass. The game itself was rushed out. You can only quest a certain amount of times per day. You can only...
So you get pretty much dailies in a day?
Yeah. Dailies, for those not to know, if you play World of Warcraft, dailies are end game quests that you can take.
So when you hit your last level, you get a few quests a day, so you can either earn gold or reputation,
which you can use to get better armor, etc., etc., etc. And it was just a crappy game. So
yes,
a lot of people migrated back to Final Fantasy 11. I was one of them just to check it out.
Oh fuck you, man!
I played it for less than 2 weeks. I played it again to check out
2 weeks
to see what they fixed. What I did was I went on as a new character, found me a guild like that. That's how many people came back.
Really?
Yes. I was playing it. I was a human, what they call in the game humies. Don't ask me why. I don't want to know. I started off as a because all right, I'm jumping over the place, but I started off as a monk because in this game you get what they call subclasses. You have to level up certain classes to power up other classes to make your main class that much stronger. I swear to God, that's the premise of the game when leveling up. So I went from monk to warrior, back to my old favorite dragoon. But what they did in terms of leveling up, you can level up as a level 1 and party with level 70s.
Oh, come on. See, that's where I think Star Wars went wrong.
What? No. That was for the PvP.
Yeah,
but
PvP.
This is different. This is PvE, player versus environment, grinding for experience points. What they did was, instead of bumping you up, they brought down the levels of the level 70 to match your level, so you can still get experience points without having to fight tougher mobs.
So they would even let you power level the character? So it was just a...
You can level in one... Literally, you can level in one area up until a certain point, and you can do the same thing. So from this one area, before... If you play Final Fantasy 11, before the dunes, there's this little cave. I was fighting skeletons from level 10 to level 37 as a dragoon. And people were so hyped that I was a dragoon. I felt happy because they loved to see my little pet dragon just elemental breaths, healing breaths, and just kicking ass. I was like, I'm loved again. But then, it got repetitive and it got boring because after a certain point, people weren't in certain areas. So I'm like, what happened to the leveling areas? When I was playing the game, you would go from your starter area to the dunes, then you would go to some fucking forest shit. I think it was a jungle or something like that, and it was hard as fuck. And the usual spots, it was empty. No one was leveling in those areas. So I was like, where the fuck do I go? So I just said, fuck it. I went back onto World of Warcraft to check out what they fixed since the last time I played. And it was, like I said, easier for new players coming in. Simplified. I still play. Look me up. I'm Silm, level 90, Holy Paladin. Don't spam me, just send friend an invite, and I have no problem running a couple dungeons for you if you need to be healed or whatever.
It's talking to you, Grandma.
And yeah, I've been playing Nico, with my friend Nico for years on the fucking game, and it is
fun. Still fun.
I will give him that. It is still fun, and it is a time drain.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you have a girlfriend. Would you stop drinking that into the mic? It doesn't matter if you have a girlfriend. You were like, baby, I got a heart on and I love you, but this game is calling.
And if you have a good girlfriend like I do, we knock two birds out with one stone.
Exactly. Like, I got some epic gear and some epic ass.
I'm sorry, Larry. Thanks for reminding me. It's not a girlfriend, it's a fiance.
Yes, my friend Nico's gay.
And gay, all right?
Okay. During my hiatus for World of Warcraft, I bought pieces for a computer to create my first rig to handle a video game that they said would work wonders on low-end rigs. So I thought, all right, if I get a super rig, I won't have any problems. So I bought this fucking thing while working at H&M down on 59th Street, and the computer worked beautifully. I bought the game. I downloaded it onto my computer. I patched it. I logged in. Problems from the onset.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
First off, this shit would not work on low-end systems. There is no way that this fucking game will ever work on any low-end system whatsoever.
Yeah, around that time, we actually got it to work on a netbook. So, it's just your luck.
Fucking Star Wars shit. I was hyped for this game. I followed it for fucking 5 years. Since its fucking inception. I was on the website that they had, spamming people, like, when's this coming out? Crying like a bitch.
We actually got a video on it on our Tri-Spec channel.
Yeah, with some of my griefs. Check out Tri-Spec vids on YouTube, and you'll see some of my earlier preconceived notions for it. So some of the preconceived notions of mine were, I hated the way the lightsabers look. They just look clunky. They look like fucking slushy cups with lights coming out of the fucking end of it.
You serious?
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only thing I liked about the game was the story started off good. I didn't play much.
That's right. I
quickly turned me on.
I bought this shit for you.
You brought me the game, which I feel terrible for.
$60, motherfucker.
You spent. You had a job, so fuck you. You paid for my subscription for a few months also, and I played it. I liked it. I liked the best thing I liked about it was the graphics. It was like nothing I've seen on the MMO before. Just the big deterrent for me was the PvP. I'm pretty sure you're gonna touch on that. So.
Yeah, the graphics, I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty good. But again, I had some griefs about the lightsabers early on. But when I started playing the game, you didn't notice it. It actually fit the models that they had for the Jedi. So I was like, all right, you know what? That's not a big problem for me. That's actually pretty good. So I started playing the game. It started overloading my system. Like, it would slow down my entire fucking system. I couldn't have nothing else running on in the background. It chewed up a lot of fucking CPU usage. For whatever reason. And a lot of people complained about it also on the boards. And pretty much BioWare's only memo about it is,
get a better computer.
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck you. It's a game. Enjoy. Have fun. Pay us. So, I said, alright, fuck it. Let me get past that. I closed up every fucking program on my computer that my computer didn't need to run the game. And I was playing the game. Why the fuck are you opening it up when I'm on the air?
Damn, Larry!
Opening up books and shit. Sorry about that. So I started playing the game. I picked Jedi Warrior. Right? It's pretty much the Jedi Knight class. Jedi Knights. Jedi Warriors is the name for it from the previous games for Knights of the Old Republic. So, I'm playing. It's your standard MMO where you get quests, you go kill a certain amount of things here, you go get this here, you bring it back, etc., etc., etc. But one of the cool features that I did like was that on some quests, you didn't have to go back to the quest giver. What you would have is the holo terminal, the portable one, kind of like in the movies and the shows where it's just like palm-sized. You can see the person talking in that translucent blue hue that they have, like the Emperor during certain parts of the movies and stuff like that. It was actually pretty cool. So I was like, all right, it's kind of like a nostalgic feel to the movies and shit. It's pretty good. But on other quests, you did have to come back. So I was like, all right. So I guess it's like, a trade-off, whatever. No problem. Right? I've done that with every other MMO. I have to keep coming back. So, I'm doing the quest. From 1 to 10, it's simple quests, right? You start on your starter planet. If you're a Jedi, you start on the same planet regardless of what class you pick as a Jedi. It's Planet Titan. So, what starts to bother me is once you hit level 10, you reach this space station that's a transport, a midway between your starter planet for all the classes, regardless of who you are, Jedi, Smuggler, Trooper, you all end up there to go back to the main planet called Coruscant, right? That's the capital planet for the Republic side. I was Republic. And there's this, the first dungeon or instance that you can do as a group at level 10 is this spaceship that's getting, it's under attack. And it's a group phase, so you need people to roll with you, and there's a maximum of 4 people. Only. Not too bad if you actually can find a group. Before they pumped out a group finder, like World of Warcraft, you would have to spam within there.
So they didn't have one from the get-go?
Not from the onset, no.
Oh, shit.
I had to sit there waiting. I would either spam chat or while I'm sitting there, I might get lucky. Someone goes, "You want to go in?" So like, all right, because if you have enough skill, you can probably 2-man it. because the game did something that's a bit revolutionary in the MMO world. It's called companions. If you play World of Warcraft, it's like being a hunter and you have your pets. Well, it's like that, but they're story-driven companions, where you can interact with them, you can talk with them, you can send them out on missions to get you stuff to craft strong items for your armor, your weapons, whatever. You can have two people, and then their companions try to roll through it. Sometimes you get killed off, and it just sucked. Or you might get lucky. If you were me, I'd be the damage dealer. I'd have one of my companions be the tank, and I could have the other guy be a healer, and we can pretty much roll through it. Other than that, I go to the main planet, right? Instead of having this fucking sit there. Get to the main planet. Again, fucking instances out the ass. You have to go through several dungeons if you want to complete all the quests on the planet. So you can be the proper level when you leave. If you don't do that, then you will have to grind on fucking mobs to be able to the proper level.
So you pretty much like the MMOs that give you a option of playing solo or grouping up.
I thought it would be good at first, but how can you have a solo MMO? You know what I mean? It's a massive multiplayer.
No, I'm not saying you like one that gives you an option of soloing.
Yes.
Like what World of Warcraft does.
Yes. Because with these instances, you can ignore them, but then you miss out on some good armor, some much needed experience points. Because for all the quests that's on these planets, it wasn't enough. Even though it felt long. But that's only because, again, other than instances, you're rolling by yourself. There's no real group mentality. Motherfuck.
Go ahead, continue.
Alright, my friend's getting a blowjob from a fucking Koopa Trooper, so it's scaring me a little bit.
The teddy bear, not Larry.
If anything, that's one of the reasons why I got the game, because I thought, alright, if I don't want to have to deal with dickheads, I can solo shit. There's no soloing. They said, well, you can use your companion if you want to roll with somebody. The companion is shit. It is shit. Because if you're a Jedi, you get a healing companion who can heal you. His heals are shit, regardless of armor. And not just, oh my god, you suck, you're a noob, you couldn't get the proper armor. I was crafting armor with my other characters for these fucking people. And it was high-end armor that I was crafting. That's how long I try to fucking play this game. To find some redeeming quality. And the heals were shit. No. Companions were there just so you can fuck them in the storyline. That's it.
Yo, could you do that? Because I'll go back.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You can be romantically involved with the characters, your companions.
Are you serious?
Yeah. As a Jedi Knight, I was breaking the Jedi code by falling in love with my Padawan.
Oh, that's fucked up.
The bitch.
They didn't revoke your shit?
Hell no. Bitch trusted me and I used a double-headed lightsaber to fuck her.
I played to what, level 10? Level 10 is when you're allowed to PvP, right?
Level 10 is when you choose your advanced class and you can PvP.
Okay, so once I PvP'd and noticed a level... What was level cap?
50.
Once I saw a level 50 fighting a level 10 and I killed him, I said, fuck this game. Chris, thank you for buying it. Thank you for paying for the subscription, and thank you in advance for paying for 2 more months that I will not be playing. And I went back to World of Warcraft because that didn't make no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, what the fuck, level 50, level 10?
I love PvP, so PvE is good, but I'm a PvP person. Once you mess that aspect of the game, I'm leaving.
What happened was, I guess there wasn't enough people playing the game. Not a lot of people bought it or whatever. But unlike World of Warcraft, where certain levels fight each other, like 10 through 15 or something, you're fighting each other.
10 to 14.
10 to 14, there you go. You're fighting each other, so you're not too far ahead of your opponent, so it's not like, fuck, we can't beat him. I'm not the proper level. Not this game. They said, well, fuck it. We don't have enough people. You, level 10. You, level 20. Level 45. 50. Regardless of gear or fucking abilities, you're fighting each other.
some people are gonna be like, oh well, then it's a skill-based thing, so it should be fine.
There's no skill involved.
No, it's like fucking button smashing with a keyboard.
Yeah, that's another thing that I actually did like about the game. In certain MMOs, Final Fantasy 11, World of Warcraft, you click a button, you're automatically attacking. You don't have to press nothing else. Your fucking character's swinging the weapon. The only time you're ever clicking anything else is your spells, your abilities, whatever, to deal more damage. But you still have that constant base attack damage that's automated. Not here. Not in Star Wars. You're fucking clicking. Which my girlfriend actually likes simply because it powered up my finger. That was a selling point for me because it means that you're not fucking falling asleep like, I know my combos. Attack 2, 5, 7, 8. 8, 3, 4, 5. Kill them. I won. I'm fucking epic. Fuck you. Not here. You would have to literally pay attention, move around, keep fucking clicking, whether you're attacking the opponent or whatever. You had to keep fucking attention to what you were doing. But that doesn't really fucking help when you're like, okay, I'm clicking him. And you have multiple opponents, and sometimes you might fuck up. So if you're not pressing the number 1 button, then it just got...
Pretty much, if you don't have good teammates, you fuck.
It got really tedious when you were grinding because your finger was like, all right, cramp. 5-minute break a little bit. Come on now. Or when you're fucking PvPing, it gets hectic because there's like 6 people on one dude. And you're like, am I clicking the right person? Oh my god. And another selling point for the game was it was fully voiced, which didn't mean shit. I was actually kind of happy in the beginning, simply because I'm thinking, all right, on the site during its promotional stage, they got the dude who played Bishop in the Alien movie series to play a Jedi Master named Master Nas Dural or some shit like that, and he was doing the history that was leading up to the game that you were playing, and some of the behind the scenes shit, right? Which I don't even think they finished his part of the storyline on the site. He probably just said, you know what, you guys aren't paying me enough and this game is shit. Or simply because the game was shit, they couldn't pay him enough and they told him, alright, you're gone. Without even letting him know. It didn't sell well enough, fuck it. But I thought that was cool, like, fuck, Bishop! This motherfucker doing it! He's a Jedi Master, bet. I was hoping to find him in the game.
Nope.
But yeah, once you get to the game, it's like, okay, it's fully voiced, but I don't know about other people, but when I read quicker than these motherfuckers acted out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. Fuck. Spacebar, skip through this shit. All right. Because before, all right, with BioWare games, if anyone's played them, whether it's Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age, or fucking what's that space shit that Reyna be playing? Fuck!
The one that had Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Thank you, Larry.
Fucking Mass Effect. You get to choose your own dialogue, and based on those choices...
Yeah, like Fable, right?
Yeah, but better.
Oh, shit.
Fucking better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never played Mass Effect.
It determines on whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, and...
Like Fable!
But it's better, because depending on your alignment, you can get either people romantically involved with you...
Like Fable!
Or perks when you want to go buy shit. I don't see Fable selling all that fucking much money. What was the last 2 games that Fable pumped out? A Connect game.
They sold women.
Fable's better. So I'm thinking, all right, they're gonna have this in this game, right? So during the voice dialogue, which was fucking tedious, you can skip through that, and they showed you which options would be the good options and the bad options, instead of just going, you know what, fuck it, let me just be natural and choose whatever, and just going, all right, I chose a bad one, but fuck it, I'll live with it. It's a game. Mm-hmm. No, this is the good choice, this is the bad choice. And if you're playing a bad guy, the choices just make you feel douchey. Like, you wouldn't kill me. Yes, I would. And you just fucking hit him over the head with the back of your lightsaber instead of stabbing him. So, I was wondering, like, every good point that they brought up during E3 and the shit on their site,
course, they're trying to sell the game at that point. You know?
Turned out to be complete and utter shit when you played. Like Nico said, PvP was shit. It was really fucking bad.
Did they ever improve it? Like
No.
I said, I only gave it one shot.
No.
It's still the same premise?
Yes.
Really?
They added a new. I think they added a new map for PvP. That's about it.
They started doing better when they went free to play, though.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Wise.
I was getting to that.
Yeah.
Since the game did so poorly, they decided to put it free to play. A lot of games are going that way. It's where you just buy the game itself, and
Pretty much every game went that way except WoW.
Yeah, you can buy the game itself, download it into your system. You can play it for free without having to pay a monthly subscription. But if you pay a monthly subscription, you get a lot of good fucking perks. But in this game, the perks are shit when you pay for the monthly subscription. That's why I still play for free when Nico's not on WoW.
Yeah.
I still have the game on my system just to remind me, never trust a Bioware MMO.
I actually have it on the hard drive. I haven't turned it on.
Look at this shit.
You know, it's free to play, so I might give it a shot. I gave DC Universe Online a shot. I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't. I don't know.
It wasn't.
I love
for him.
DC. I love MMOs.
City of Heroes was better.
City of Villains, motherfucker.
Alright, fuck you then. But City of Heroes, I could make a character look like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. So fuck that. What?
I could make my villain look like Mr. Cinnamon from the Applejack's commercials.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
I would love if I could make a Powdered Toast Man.
Oh fuck you.
That's from my childhood. A lot of you older people or younger people wouldn't get it. You had to be, a 90s kid. So, Star Wars was very fucking heartbreaking for me because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I played
huge Star Wars geek.
I've watched all the movies. I've watched all the fucking cartoons. I have all the books. I played all the video games. I'm talking about fucking Knights of the Old Republic 1 and even the sequel to that, which not a lot of people liked.
He defends Jar Jar.
Fuck you! I got the Monopoly Star Wars shit.
That we brought for you for your birthday. You're welcome.
I still play that shit by myself.
Bendito.
What I do is I put a lamp behind me so my shadow's on the wall and it looks like I'm playing against somebody.
You still lose.
Because when I'm not looking, my dog just moves a piece. I'm like, what the fuck? How'd I end up in jail?
It's going to be a running joke, but we always kick his ass in Monopoly. Any fucking Monopoly.
Yeah, well,
kick his ass.
it's because I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know how to handle money.
So am I. Fuck.
That's different, though. You're like half and half.
That's true.
I don't know. You're just lighter than dark and darker than light, so I call you half and half.
Well balanced.
Fuck you, Subaru. No, but like I said, I was a big fucking fan. I even played fucking like I said, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Jedi Outcast 1 and 2.
Outcast was the shit.
Yeah, I played Battlefront.
That was my favorite.
1 and 2. I played The Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
Nice.
Yeah, during Battlefront, we're playing as the droid army, and we're going against the Republic, and it's the old Republic. And Mace Windu was like one of the Jedi's on the field that you can fight, and I saw him in a room from Mad Deep, and I was like, all right, let me stay away from him until he leaves the room. He leaves the room. I go back in the room to clear it out of the Republic soldiers, right? I don't see nobody, so I'm turning around, shooting everything, shooting rockets, like, yeah. I turn around, I was like, where is... And Mace Windu was right there in front of my face with his lightsaber, not swinging, just looking at me like, this droid motherfucker.
So every time I see a close-up in the video game...
So I'm turning around like, where's Mace? I screamed like a little bitch on fire. I ran out of that room as fast as my droid legs can carry me, and I jumped out. Scariest fucking moment in video game history for me ever. So, to say the least, I am a Star Wars fan. I'm scared about the new movie coming out, but that's for a different day.
Oh, fuck that. You could touch on it a little, man. Just a little.
Well, towards the end, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm just scared that J.J. Abrams is gonna put lens flares on the fucking lightsabers. That's my main fear. So
I wouldn't count that out.
So to say that I played Star Wars games would be an understatement.
Here's a question for you. You're ever part of the Star Trek versus Star Wars type thing?
No, because I'm both.
Okay.
I'm a Trek.
So it works for you. But a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, you know, there's been wars. There's been fights. Fist fights. The director's directing both. Now, how do you think that's going to blow over with certain fans?
They probably look at him like they look at me. I'm a fucking, like, conundrum. I'm a sacrilege. I like both. I'm a Trekkie because of my father. He put the original show on for me. I always wanted a fucking treble as a pet, but they complain when I have a dog when I was a kid. So, for those not in the know, trebles are these little fucking furball pom poms that mate really fucking fast. They mate really fucking fast because on their planet they're eating at a fast rate, so they have to learn how to reproduce to survive really fucking fast. So they brought one on board on the Enterprise, and it started mating, but it had no fucking predator to keep it in line. So Kirk was getting fucking swarmed by these shits. I watched the fucking movies, Wrath of Khan. I mean,
that's the only shit I know about.
I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're a sci-fi fan, you get choked up whenever he's fucking crying about Spock dying. Just, his was the most human. I was like, oh, fuck. And then I got into Star Wars because my father just got the VHS box set of the original trilogy when I was a kid. That's right, VHS box set. With the interviews from George Lucas at the beginning of each fucking film. So I was like, what is this? He puts it on. Mind blown. So I'm watching this shit, so I'm like, nice. Then the prequels come out, and I know a lot of people have problems with the prequels. I don't. I think the main problem, other than Jar Jar Binks, for a lot of people,
there's no love for Jar Jar,
is that the fact that they took away a lot of the mysticism about the Force, that it can be gauged using cells within the person's body. But I like that because George Lucas was very technical with a lot of the shit that he did in terms of Star Wars. If you read up on it, if you watch some of the behind the scenes shit when he's talking about the pod racing in the first game, one of his guys actually asked him, "How does pod racing work?" And he gave him a detail by detail of the different parts in a fucking pod racer and how it would actually work, as if he had seen a pod race up close. This man knew what the fuck he was doing, whether you like it or not.
Fucking hyperactive imagination.
And then a lot of people are like, well, Anakin's a whiny bitch. First off, motherfucker was 15 in episode 2. 15, 16, around there. No, in Boosty. Boosty freaking A. I think he was like 12 in episode 1, even though he looked like he was 8. And then I think he was like, 17, 18 in episode 2. But he was still a little whiny bitch simply because he's white. No, I'm kidding. Don't hate me. But that was perfect because it set up the fact that if you're not trained from an early age as a Jedi, you have too much attachment, whether it's to his mom, to him knowing that he's the chosen one and he should be all fucking powerful, or to Padme because she got his dick hard. Whatever the case, attachment leads to pretty much the dark side. The only difference is it showed the difference between the father, who was greedy, and the son, who really wasn't, who was, brought up in love and not a slave and other shit like that. So it was a nice contrast with the prequels and the original trilogy. And with the new movie coming out, I'm actually really scared because Lucas Arts gave the rights to a lot of authors, to create an extended universe, the EU, to expand on the story, whether it takes place in the gaps between the films, before the films, or even after the films. Like, after the films, Luke restarted the fucking Jedi Order. He has a kid. He named him after Obi-Wan as a salute to the guy who trained him. He calls his kid Ben. He married one of the fucking dark hands from the Emperor had. Leia has twins. They become Jedis. She has another kid who dies. She calls him Anakin after she learned how to forgive her father for all the wrong shit that he did. She had kids with Han Solo. Han Solo getting in that fucking princess ass. And just a lot of good shit happened in the extended universe. I mean, The Force Unleash is part of the extended universe because it happens in the 20-year span between episode 3 and episode 4. A lot of people don't like it because the games themselves, because it was too short. Read the books. The books are way fucking better. They go into way more detail about what he was thinking, how he actually fell in love with fucking Juno and his connection with fucking Coda. It's a better story than the games. I'll give him that much. But the games were at least a step in filling the blanks that led to the fucking books. That's why I don't hate them. How the fuck we got here from MMOs? I don't know.
Star Wars.
Star Wars connects all things like the living force. I'm a fucking geek. Leave me alone. So, J.J. Abrams has a lot of fucking power in his hands right now. He can either fuck up the extended universe and do away with everything, or he can add on to it or even enhance what's already been put out there by putting it on film and giving certain characters a face. So I'm waiting to see what happens, but I'm a bit, to use a big word, trepidatious about this shit. Simply because it's also Disney. Disney is just... They have a good department when it comes to like graphics and shit. Not better than LucasArts, but still. Nemo was pretty cool.
You just give the rights to Pixar, let them do.
Fuck that.
Well, so me and Larry, forget.
Give the rights to 343 Studios.
No.
Hey, look, they did pretty good with Forward Unto Dawn.
Okay, that's fine. But no.
Okay, fair enough.
They fucked up. That's another podcast.
Well, another story for another time. But back to the Star Wars shit. Which, by the way, in itself, the game, I forgot to mention, is part of the extended universe. It takes place 3,000 years before the rise of Darth Vader. It shows the war between the Sith and the Jedi and what led to the Sith's downfall. Or at least that's what the game is supposed to show. It's the last war between the Jedi and the Sith, where there's a lot of Jedi, and the Sith is its own, like, fucking standing army / nation, where they have different species under their umbrella to act as fucking admirals, or force-sensitive Sith, or just fucking plain out soldiers that they just throw on the front lines. Doesn't matter. That's what was appealing to me. But again, they fucked it up! Another big contention to me was quick level caps. 50 is relatively low, but in all fairness, I think World of Warcraft had that back in like vanilla. Wow.
60.
Was it 60?
So, yeah.
Alright, then fuck it. But it was relatively around the same level cap, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
But after it went free to play, like I said, the perks, when you did pay, were shit. Like, alright, if it's free to play, you get all the companions, but you can't give them the individual skins, so they can't be unique. Who gives a fuck? I still got the companion.
Yeah.
You can't, if you pay for the game, when you are looking for jobs, in terms of like skills, whether you want to create armor, weapons, or create healing items, whatever the fuck, you used to be able to pick one gathering shit, and two gathering professions to get the items you needed, and then the profession itself to put all that shit together to make the item you wanted.
Yeah, I remember that. The profession thing, yeah.
If you pay for it, you get to use all three. But since it's free, if you're playing for free, you get one crafting and one gathering, which means if you want to create another character to fill in the blanks for that other gathering profession, so you can make whatever the fuck you want.
So there's a workaround it.
Yeah, but the problem is, if it's free to play, you only get to create 2 characters.
Really?
Total.
Really?
Not just on the server.
Yeah.
Total.
Really?
Over all the servers.
That's
so you have one character here, one character here.
So the other perks were vanity.
That's
this one is a...
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But if you pay, It's like
That's not cool.
8 to 12 characters per server.
How much is the subscription? It's still 15?
Yeah, same thing as World of Warcraft.
I don't know.
$15 a month. If it's a good game, is pretty good. But in a shitty game like this, it's like, you know what? For that,
even 15 is too expensive to play when you have other things to do in life.
Yeah, like strip clubs,
Podcasts.
But yeah, it was a real fucking letdown. They could have done so much more with it, but it just didn't clash well with what an MMO should be, because a lot of people weren't fucking partying up like they should since it's an MMO. They go, you know what? I don't need the instances. I'll just grind on shit. Grinding, for those who don't know, is just killing the creatures within the world to level up, to gain enough experience to
There was
level
no
up.
quests? No single quests?
Or you have plenty of single quests. You can do that, but you wouldn't get enough experience points
To level? Without grinding?
without grinding. Yeah, because certain planets you need a certain level to be a certain level to survive. So if you're not doing instances, you're gonna have to grind the shit out of these mobs. But the problem is, if you're playing free to play, you only get a certain percentage of the experience points. If you want your full XP, you're either gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
In the in-game market, by the way, you can use real money to buy stuff within the game to help you out if you're not paying monthly. Or you can pay monthly and you get the full experience points. That's right, people. People do like what they do in fucking Facebook games. They actually shell out real money to get items in the game to make them stronger, so they can level up quicker or kill people. And the PvP servers were shit as well. For those who don't know, again, PvP is player versus player. I'm a player, Nico's a player. We get to fight each other outside of a duel. We can kill each other. We can teabag, whatever. And World of Warcraft does it beautifully with their servers, their PvP servers. Star Wars didn't. See, what they do for every planet on a PvE server, player versus environment, is you have the Imperial side of the planet, so you're not interacting with the Republic side of the planet, even though it's pretty much the same map layout, but you never see each other. That's on the PvE. They thought, oh, that was really cool, so they decided to do that with the PvP,
What?
where you can't really see each other except for select worlds, and that's high-end worlds. So by the time
there'll be areas like, for instance, in WoW, there's a place like Toberad.
you don't even have to go that fucking far. You can go to fucking since it's a PvP server, you can go to Lakeshire for the Alliance. That's PvP area.
So you can't go into their hometowns and cities and stuff like that.
You can't even go to their map. It's a different map. Same layout, but different map for the different faction.
Okay, so you could fly above. Say if I was a bad Imperial, and
You won't even see their outposts. Nothing,
Wow.
nothing to do with the opposition. The only time that happened was if you were max level on a designated planet in order to do that.
That sucks.
The only world
That
that
kind of kills the idea of raiding the small town.
yeah,
which is fun.
the only world that I can think of that actually did allow it was Tatooine. But even then, it's like, fuck, I'm too low level. They're max levels. The NPCs are max leveled. I can't attack this until I'm fucking high end. So it's meaningless. It's shit. Because sometimes the high end levels start searching for shit in the environment
Yeah.
to give them power ups or to grind on certain shit for drops.
Yeah.
So either way, it was still fucking meaningless.
Sucks.
Because if someone had a decent amount of PvP gear, they could fuck you up with no problem. And then where would you be? Dead while they're camping you. So it was implemented horribly. And it could have been way, way, way better. I expected a lot more from BioWare, given that they created a lot of RPGs. Granted, this was their first MMO, but fuck.
Was it to be Star Wars?
Not even that. I have no problem of it being Star Wars. But fucking World of Warcraft was what?
10 years old? No, it's going into 10 years
Yeah, but it was this company's first MMO, right?
Blizzard?
Blizzard?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Other than the MMO type elements for fucking Diablo. But you know what I mean,
Yeah.
an actual MMO
Yeah,
was World of Warcraft, and they worked with it,
they did it right.
and it was good.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars was shit, and a lot of people were like, well, it's World of Warcraft, but with Star Wars. No, because then that means it would actually be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really a bad letdown, and I was I feel so ashamed. It's like raping your family pet and then having to look at it afterwards, and your family's in the room playing with it, and it's just looking at you like, they pet me, and you fucked me. You see the difference? It's kind of like that. So for me, I feel ashamed of the fact that I not only bought one game, but I bought two. And I paid for 2 subscriptions.
It's not my fault.
So now what I usually do now is I log on and I just spam the chat. World of Warcraft is better. World of Warcraft is better.
Fucking troll.
Fucking Han Solo shot first. Jar Jar Binks is God. Anakin was always right. He should have been better. Just to fuck with people.
Them kids deserve to go.
And there was nothing but fucking fanboys. Just like I mentioned in the video that's on YouTube, Trispec Vids, where there's a lot of fanboys still to this day fucking backing BioWare for what they did with this MMO. I'm sorry, but no. That's like backing a fucking political figure who everybody knows is shit and has done wrong. And you're still saying, well, no, he's a good guy. You just got to give him a chance. You know, it's really fun. No. I don't want to drink with George Bush, and I don't want to play Star Wars. Simple as that.
I would love to drink with George Bush.
Wait, which one? Because if it's a daddy...
The second one.
Oh, fuck it. Because if it's the daddy, then I got no problem with that. The motherfucker got secrets out the ass. So yeah,
I just want to laugh at his dumb son.
I'm a big MMO fan if done right. Star Wars was not done right. So I will say this right now. Do not play it. Look it up. Laugh at it if you want. Hell, you can call me a dick on the video for being so hyped for the game. Just don't ever play it.
Or you could defend it. We'll love to hear your side of the story.
Better yet, find the game as a torrent. Play it for free.
It's already fucking free to play.
Yeah, but don't pay for it because you still have to pay for the actual game disc.
Oh, no, fuck that.
You have to pay for the actual game itself.
Buy that shit used. I know you can.
Okay, I was about to say, hold up. I did the fucking Jar Jar Binks face like what the fuck?
How funny would that be if somebody go to GameStop and buy that shit used? Didn't Justin buy that shit fucking wild for dumbass?
He actually wanted to sell his characters from World of Warcraft online for like $1,000. I'm like, nigga,
you level 2.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Oh my god, I said the N word.
Oops.
Hey, look, I'm Puerto Rican, and I'll say this: once my black friends stop calling me one, I'll stop using it.
Yeah. Same here.
That's my protest as a white man who's Puerto Rican. So, yeah, that's my rant on MMOs. Hopefully, the next podcast, my friend Nico will talk more.
Fuck you.
And catch us on our fucking new website, Justice Geeks United, when we put it up sometime.
Yeah.
If you guys like us enough. I love you. Bye.
Peace.
Bye, Larry.